Welcome back, class. Thanks for tuning in. Hope that everyone's safe and healthy and that your family's safe as well. We're going to be jumping right into the Google form today, and we're going to be really focusing on, the week 7, part 3. So let's jump right in here. So what we have here is we're going to be doing the basic operations with fractions. So we're really focusing this week on sum and difference, and then some product and whatnot. So next week's videos will be really focused on multiplying and dividing. That's really what next week's are, but we can always kind of look at, how to do that in this video if you need to. But this is just going over the Google form, those 10 problems I've really submitted to you on Monday, and we're going to go through the answers here. So if you've been waiting for these, here it is. So let's jump right in here and let's take a look at our first problem here. All right, so the first one is, find the fraction of the big triangle, which color is red. So what we have to do is count how many total triangles are on this. Now, again, total goes on the bottom. So the total goes down here. And then the red would represent the numerator. So red would be the ones on the top. Because, again, we are looking for the fraction that represents red. Now, again, I've even said some of these vocab words. This is the numerator. Numerator is the top. Denominator is the bottom. Denominator. So those are your vocab words that we talked about this week. So again, let's just count how many total reds there are. One, let me change this color up so we can actually see it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So there's a total of 12 that are red. Now, we've already counted 12, so all we have to do is now count the yellows and add it in. So we're currently at 12, so 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So there's a total of 25 items, or total 25 triangles that are of the same size. Now I'm not, mixing and matching these to make all the different sizes of triangles. I'm trying to pick the same size triangles. So there's a total of 12 that are red out of 25 total triangles. So that could be your fraction. It can represent a decimal. If you want the decimal form of this, you actually just divide top divided by bottom. That gives you the decimal form, which is a percent. So if you want to know like probability of hitting, a red triangle if you're throwing darts at this particular board. That was problem number 1. Let's go to problem number 2. On this diagram, you have a triangle slab. It's kind of like the last one. I believe there's 25 here again. Dawn eats so many of these pieces. Elijah eats 7 out of 25. And what fraction of the toffee is left? So there's 25 total here. Now Dawn ate kind of a weird fraction. Dawn ate 2/5. We need to make this out of 25 because Elijah ate 7 out of 25. That was Elijah's, right? So in fact, I'm going to color Elijah's in green. 7 out of 25. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's Elijah's. That's what he ate. Dawn ate 2 out of 2/5. I need this out of 25. I don't know what 2/5 is of this large picture. So what I'm going to do is I'll make the bottom number 25. So I'm going to multiply the bottom by 5. This is called a scalar multiplier. This is how you change fractions. So if I multiply a 5 to the bottom, I have to multiply a 5 to the top. So Dawn is eating 10 out of 25. So I'm going to make this a different color. So I'm going to make this maybe a pink. So Dawn is eating 10 out of 25. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So there's Dawn's pieces that she ate. So total that's left, we just count the ones that are blank. Now I'm going to put these in maybe let's go this bluish color. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 pieces left out of 25. This is the answer we're looking for. It's 8 out of 25. Now, how do we get there? Other than just counting, because we had the luxury of this picture. That's why I kind of left it there. How do we get it? Here's how. Because this is the real math that's behind it. Let me go back to red here. The total in this, triangular slab was 25 out of 25. That's the total pieces. That's the entire picture. 25 pieces out of 25. If we take away Elijah's and we take away Dawn's, that gives us what's left. So if you take 25, and how you subtract fractions, they have to make sure the bottoms are the same, which they are. The bottoms are all the same, so that will stay the same when you add or subtract fractions. You just subtract the tops. So what we're actually doing here is we're just taking 25, subtracting 7, and then subtracting 10. And that gives us the 8 that's left over. That's how you do it really quick. Again, you just count up the total. But again, it's nice to see it like in picture form and in like actual analytical form, like doing it by hand, just so you can see why is it 8 out of 25. That's what's left. Okay, so let's go to the next one here. So that was problem number 2. Problem number 3, for which fraction of this cake is shown? So that's the ones that are colored in. So in this total here, we can count these up. So there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces. That's your denominator. That's the number that should be in the denominator. That's the answer that it was looking for. For the fraction of the pie shown, if you counted this, there was 6 out of 7 shown that were colored in. But they just want to know what is the denominator. Well, it should have been 7. So there you go. Let's go to the next problem. What fraction of this big square is colored orange? Okay, so let me change up the color here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 are shown that are in red, or in orange, I should say. And there's a total of, if I just keep counting, the denominator is going to be the total number of blocks here. So that we're at 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There should be 16 total. So there's your fraction. 11 are colored orange out of a total of 16 blocks that are on that grid. Now again, how you can figure that out really quick, it's 4 by 4. So that's how you find area. 4 rows, 4 columns, you multiply them together, 16 total. That's just kind of an easy way to do it. Now, let's keep going here. Okay, what is the fraction of the big square that's colored orange again? So it's just like before, we have total of 16 blocks, and again, how I knew there's 16 blocks, it's 4 by 4. So you just multiply those together, and that tells you there's 16 blocks total, and it looks like 5 are shaded in orange. So again, the item you're looking for goes on the top, total goes on the bottom. So 5 out of 16, that's a fraction. Now if you want to divide these, you get the decimal, which is the percent. Let's go to the next one. That's problem number 5. What fraction of the pizza is left? So total pieces, it looks like there's 8 pieces that could fit on this pizza pan, and it looks like there's 7 that are left. 7 out of 8 are left. 1 was eaten. 1 out of 8. Angie has 1/7 piece of cake. Bobby has 2/7. Carl has the rest. What fraction does Carl have? Well, there's a total of 7 out of 7 that could fit on the pan, obviously. And we're going to take away Angie's. We're going to take away Bobby's. And this will be, if I subtract the entire pan and take away Angie and Bobby's, Carl has what's left. So the bottom, when you subtract fractions, the bottom will stay the same. 7 minus 1, which is 6, minus 2, which is 4. So Bobby should have 4 pieces left to himself, because we took away 1 for Angie and 2 for Bobby. So there should be 4 out of 7 left for Carl. Let's go to the next problem here. Alright, what fraction of the piece is shown? What is the numerator now? So it looks like on this particular problem, 8 pieces can fit on this pan if I separate this out. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there should be 5 pieces left. So the numerator, that's the top number. So the answer that I was looking for was 5. What is the numerator of this problem? What piece is shown? 5. That should be the numerator number. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, a square cake is cut into 16 equal parts. So 16 parts. So if I make this correct, so 4, there we go. There's 16 pieces total if you count those up. It's 4 columns, 4 rows. Ben eats 7. Belle eats 1 out of 4. What fraction of the cake is left? So this is that weird thing again. I'm going to put Ben in blue. 7 out of 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, there's Ben. Belle didn't have it out of 16. She has it out of 1/4. So I'm going to make her fraction, I'm going to put her in red. She's 1 out of 4. I want to make that a 16 on the bottom. So I'm going to multiply it by 4. So whatever you do to the bottom, you have to multiply the top. So I get 4 out of 16. That's Belle's. This is the same. So I'm just changing her her fraction, so it's a 16 on the bottom, so you can represent this pan. She's eating 4 out of 16. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many pieces are left? Well, there should be 5 out of 16 pieces left. Now, let's prove this another way. Some people don't like that whole visual way, the parts that are left. So here's how you could do it. You could go, okay, this total pan can hold 16. You take away Ben's, and you take away Bell's. And that should leave you with the 5 out of 16 left. Because again, when you subtract, you just subtract the top. 16 minus 7 minus 4, and you get 5 left over. So this is the analytical way of doing it by hand, and then this is the more visual way. Sometimes it's just kind of nice to see both. Last problem here that was on the Google forum. Jane ate 1/8 of a pizza. John ate 3/4 of a pizza. What fraction of the pizza did they eat all together? So we have to add these two together. So we have to make sure we're adding Jane's and John's. So to add these together, you just have to make sure that their fractions have the same denominator. So that's all you have to do to add these two together. So I'm going to make them both 8s on the bottom. So what is that? Jane's, I'm going to leave hers 1 out of 8. But John, I'm going to multiply his. I'm going to multiply his by 2 to get 8s on the bottom. So there you go. So I multiplied his fraction by 2 to make sure that there's 8. So now I can add the two fractions together, the two, the parts of the pizzas together. So when you add, you just get the 8 on the bottom, you add the top. They ate a total of 7 out of 8 pieces. So there's 1 piece left over for somebody else. That's how you add fractions. That should be the last. I want to thank all of you that are actively participating each week. Even if you're submitting the form or not, maybe you're just trying these out on a notebook paper. Next week we're going to be multiplying and dividing fractions. That's this Sunday coming up. So hopefully that makes sense. And then we only have, I think, 1 more week after that where we'll kind of wrap up things. But again, I hope that you're safe and healthy, that you're taking care of each other, and I hope to see you real soon. Bye.